Oh, this is a dark start, man. I wanna see this. I don't wanna see Operator Son get into a fight here in 9S. Sonna då! Oh my god, that is terrible. Don't do it, Operator Son! Oh my god, this is... Yeah, don't come close to me! She's trying to fight the virus. This is very anime only, but she has much more screen time, Operator Son. Or she's summoning the other ones. Yeah, she got way more screen time here in the anime. She's much more of a character in the anime. Okay, she's getting her armor here. Operator Son! Exactly. Nigero! Nigero, 9S-san! Nigero! But of course she's like, I will save you because I like you! Of course 9S like, no, I will save you, so adorable! I'm gonna save you, Operator Son! Okay, this was very dark. And this is very anime, right? I was about to say, this is... I keep saying it. One thing the anime has really done is that they've taken Commander White, right? Commander Waifu. And also, of course, Operator Son. They have much more screen time in the anime. This, so far, is all anime only here, but it's interesting, right? They're giving them much more characterization in the anime. And if they ever make a remake, which is probably will eventually the game, right? They probably will give Commander and Operator more. And I can see them be playable character even, you know. So today, everyone, we have an extremely dark episode, okay? As you meet you guys, this is a classic, you know, we're gonna go over the difference right between the game and the anime. We'll show you the Operator Son bit in the beginning. And they have extended a lot of Operator Sons and her, death then. And it's gonna lead into 9S going even crazier than it ever does in the games. And this episode has like the most brutal 9S scene we have ever seen. I would say much more than the game has. And his insanity is way more... Okay, his insanity is way darker in the anime than in the game. I mean, the game is kind of dark. Obviously, the game is very dark in general, right? But here in the anime, my god. Now, that's this scene here, my god. Check out that. This is crazy. So if you get to subscribe, like button, and of course, as always done, right? After this bit here, I will do the reaction, and then in the end, I will do a long, you know, review take on the difference between the game and the anime. And I also will explain what I expect as a minigame in the remake. I talk about the Nier Automata remake and how I expect this minigame to be in it. And I'm not saying I'm 100% correct, but I probably am, because that minigame makes perfect sense. It will be the end of the video, but I think it makes a lot of sense to be in the remake. So anyway guys, let's check out the episode. Okay, let's go. 3, 2, 1, and go. So yeah, this might be the tragedy episode Pascal maybe? Last week, of course, there was no break, unfortunately. But hopefully it's no production issues episode. We will see, but might be. Started with the set. Oh, it's tower. Ready? It's walking here already. The tower is way later in the storyline. Well, maybe he can't enter it. This is of course where the Vola. Yeah, I say he can enter it. Yeah, they're literally doing the video game things like a well. Yeah, okay, so you can enter it yet. It's like a video game. It's like the invisible wall video game stuff. Yeah, so... Like I said, the tower happens much later in the game. So it makes sense that he wouldn't. That's not Pascal, clearly. Yeah, I guess it's Yuki. Same voice actor. Yeah, you're kidding me? Oh, here comes the operator girl, the one that is loving him. Oh my god, this looks sad, man. Classic operator lady, you know, the one that likes him. She's obviously gonna be possessed by a red logic virus though, but... Of course. Yeah, Operator Son! Not Operator, okay, it starts dark, this is not in the game at all, no. Operator Son versus 9S, this starts dark, man. But I was surprised he went so early to the tower. I don't know why. Here we have of course a tower fight, but it happens like it's like the end of the game, so yeah. Flashback then. Oh, to be Sean. Oh. I still think it's gonna be an episode about A2 though, yeah. I think A2 is gonna be the main, because 9S doesn't really have much screen time after her death there. Unless if you play him instead of A2, but there's nothing new with him really. Well, we're back up there now? Are we having a flashback Operator Son? Yeah, so they're giving Operator Son so much more screen time. We saw her also working in on Commander White's buttocks, right? Yeah, so there's like, she's way more screen time now. Oh no, it's gonna be all sad. Oh, it's all sad! And we see the machine like shooting her down. No, yeah, oh god. It's so dark, man, so dark. But yeah, we're gonna try for every character in this anime. Now also Operator Sun is sad too, she dies. You will cry, yeah, feel the pain of everyone dying. But yeah. Oh god, this is sad. I got so much goosebumps. My god, this is sad, man. She keeps... Oh, she killed us. Maybe she did it herself. I don't know. Yeah, she did it. My god, they have... This is this weird thing. So the same thing with in A2's backstory. With her sisters doing the same thing. Oh, she was like the culminate point for that? Yeah. And playing this sad music. But of course, 9S doesn't get it up. I was in love! She was in love, 9S! She loved you, she deleted herself to save him. My god, 9S. You fool! She loved you. Sonnalo! Man, this is sad, man. Yeah, but this is completely ironic, my god. You know, she's all like, 9S! Oh. I'm telling you guys, she's gonna have way more screen time if she read the remake. Yeah, she was always like, you're so cute, 9S, Sean! She always liked him, man. My god. This episode starts so dark, man. It starts so dark. Oh my god. Yeah, and she's like, wait for me, 9S, son! Operator, son! My god, this scene is brutal, man. The episode starts with her deleting herself to save 9S! His anime is pure pain, man! It starts with her, like, you know, committing seppuku to protect 9S. You're like, what? So this is like the animal's pain. Then that's just like, Aah! He's gonna have another like mental breakdown, man. Yeah, they're really pushing this poor guy, man. There we go. It's like, Aah! You know, they're really pushing that. Now I'm probably back to A2 being Onishan. Yeah. But Onishan, yeah, this is what I'm waiting for. She's like, oh god damn it. Yeah. Back to A2 being their mommy. Being everyone's bestie. Yeah, back to A2 being everyone's. Oh, this is adorable. It's so sad. They're holding their legs and oh, these are tiny rubber babies. Like, stop being my friends. I hate all of you. It's like, oh, A2, man. Sundra A2 is the greatest thing ever. I love her so much, man. You know, I have my A2 here. You know, got my A2 on here. You know, up here. This finger, yeah, the A2 and Kane, of course. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh. Yeah, she's finally, Onir-san's finally free. Oh god. Onir-san! Yeah, I can't wait for the tragic continuation of this thing. Yeah, so her only child friend that's alive. Yeah, this is her only buddy, you know, from the war. War veterans. And she's like, I think everyone takes advantage of A2 is so nice in the young. Everyone takes advantage of A2. Everyone takes advantage of her super nice deep down. She's the nicest girl ever. It's like, yeah, I know you can't react me. Lily's like, yeah, it's like, damn it. I can't stop reacting. Yeah, I hate it. Yeah, she's all like, this is being Sundra. It's like, I will have to help you. It's like, I suppose so. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good, man. A2 losing her mind. Yeah, it's like, no, I don't want to help you with this thing. But I have to say, they actually do pace it out pretty slow now, I feel, yeah. Honestly, there's another episode of this thing, of her, of A2, you know, staying here. It's a little bit shinky on that, yeah. Yeah, oh my! Everyone keeps abusing poor A2. You keep giving her side questions about doing so, but she can't turn anyone down, yeah. She's like, I hate all of you. Yeah, fuck you, yeah. But I think they have to push on her quest line a little bit more, though. Okay, so now 9S is carrying Operator San, of course. Yeah, like I said earlier, she obviously had like basically no screen time in the game at all, right? This is all Amy only. But she's interesting, right? She's the blonde babe. Yeah, she's like the only blonde waifu. If you like the blonde android waifu, she's the one for you, right? And obviously people tend to like blonde waifus, so I think she's quite a fan favorite in the game, so of having almost no screen time, so to speak. And of course back to the lily thing, yeah, the lunar here, yeah, the white flower from the first game. It looks like the forest castle, I guess. Yeah, lots of things say the forest castle, right? Yeah, but the game is 2D. That's of course where you meet A2 the first time. Yeah. Sorry. I don't know my throat. Sorry. Yeah, my throat really. Sorry, my voice gets worse there. But nice video game reference of Root. See what you did there, anime. Yeah, back to the kids at the house there. Just the bottle just kept shaking. That's good. No, my juice bottle is kept like, I don't know, it had like a perfect vibrance, you know. It constantly was moving, even though I was off the table. I was like, this is weird. So that's clearly where the Forest King sleeps, the previous Forest King. And those guys have the mask from the Need first game, of course, the guys in the desert there. Yeah, so you saw the guys in the desert, of course, in game 2. They were having like because they have these like silent people in the mask, you know, in the Desert Kingdom, which of course has fallen in this game. Then desert humans are not part of this game, but yeah, the people in the desert, the robots have their masks from the first game. Onishan, this keeps going, my loud part. Onishan, yeah, this keeps going. Onishan. Yeah, Sundre A2 is still the best thing ever. Okay, she's finally gonna leave. Everyone's very afraid of Onisha's blade, though. Yeah, it's like Kawaii Onishan, showing her assets. Stop showing your assets to Onishan. Nice. Pascal is ready. Pascal is like, let's go! Good double axe, baby! Yeah. Pascal is like, you look at it, he's like, whoa! Yeah, Pascal goes in and like, let's freaking go! Yeah, yatta! But that's good, yeah. Pascal is like, I'm a warrior. She's like, oh, god damn it, can we use A2 is just like, can we just leave instead? I got the katana, man, can we just go away instead? Oh, this is where, of course, there's 6 stages. It's Smoop stage. Yeah, so this place you can't return to in the game. So this actually doesn't exist in the game, it's right now. So the tower's up now, right? When the tower's up, you can't go back to this area. So this actually never happened. This is also completely anime new. This never happens in the game. You can't even go to the area in the game, right? After the tower, well, even before the tower's up, yeah, even before, when the crater is there, basically, you go to this tunnel, and then you basically, when you get to this place right now, you do the stage, and after it's over, you can't return it. Yeah, it's like a one-time deal. He was moving earlier, like like the skyscraper in the water and so on. You can never return there in the game, and you get like one of the pods there. Yeah, you fish up on the pods right there, so you can miss like one item there, but you can't miss anything on the Smoop stage because you're flying at the Smoop thing, but there's like no rewards, no items for doing that. It's just like a main story bit you won't actually unlock, and yeah, you don't get anything doing it. So there's not much missable content there, only 1 or 2 items in the beginning of it. It's not an elevator here. So one thing that's new in the anime, right, is the paintings. When you go to the painting area, in the beginning of, was it episode like 3-4 or so? Correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was episode 4. But where he is right now, that is close to where those painting were. Those painting again are only enemy only, so I wouldn't mind if he goes back to those paintings. Now this is at the factory now. Now it's rather moving on this spiral here, but yeah. I wouldn't mind if he went back to the paintings, because that I guess the painting was supposed to be Adam and Eve or something. But it didn't really make any sense in the anime. But yeah, this is like I said, this is one of the factories. Yeah, so this is all. He's going crazy. Man, the S is so evil now. The S is it's pure evil, man. It's just like, you're sleeping. So now destroy all these poor robots, so they're not even activated. But look at this. 9S is so evil! He just turned into a crazy evil bastard. These poor robots aren't even activated. This is like killing someone in a coma. Yeah, now it's activating them because it's mental state. But yeah, now they're gonna get activated because it attacks them. That's completely pointless. You didn't have to attack them. You see, it's so evil. They're like, no! I'm just taking this robot! 9S is running around like attacking these poor pacifist robots. We haven't done anything! Oh my god, this is 9S is good. 9S genocide. This is freaking genocide, man. 9S commits freaking geno, man. He goes genos. These poor little robots. Man. They're like, no, 9S, no! We're innocent! We're just poor little robots! My god. His madness is way rougher here than in the anime. Yeah, it's way rougher. Oh, this shit is crazy! My god, he's killing all the poor robots and screaming at them. Oh my god, he's went crazy, man. 9S just goes mentally insane. My god. Yeah, he's commit genocide. This is brutal, man. My god, and S has he's turned insane, man. That was just there. Now he goes the horde of the red lobbying robots. But he didn't have to do that whatsoever. He didn't have to, trigger them in the factory. They're really changing how this thing happens now in the game here. They're coming towards the village, yeah. This is very different, of course, from the original video game. It reminds me of a Surge Rush. Something like that, yeah. And also A2's assets. But it's this reminds me of those classic, I have to defend this, the fort for 35 minutes, in game minutes. Nice. More of A2. But yeah, very anime-only episode. Nothing happened with Operator. 9S doesn't fight a factory in that way. He does fight a factory, but not exactly like that, so... They kind of changed his path to the factory. And also the scene of him killing the robot is not in the anime game either. But yeah, back to 9S being the douche. He's just running around, kill. This is, oh my god, this is so brutal! Yeah, so 9S went mentally insane. Definitely more crazy here in the game. Yeah, he's way more evil here. But I think the reason this happens in the, I guess, post of the anime, not in the game, because in the game you can still play as 9S, right? He's still the main. If you want to, he's the main character after her death. But you should play it too, of course. That's the canon thing, I would say. But oh, he comes to that one of those story guys. But yeah, so but I mean, because you are playing as him, if you want to, I guess they can't have him running around doing this really weird, killing all the robot things and fighting back to you. It could happen, I suppose, but it makes more sense now when we're just watching him doing it, and not just we're watching him we're actually following him. If we were playing as him, it wouldn't be a very good gameplay of destroying robots that won't fight back. It would be kind of weird gameplay feel to it. This is of course it's the factory core thing. Yeah, the energy part for the factory that creates the robots. Yeah, and he destroys the factory. So this is not exactly how the game is, but you do destroy a factory though. Yeah, you do go and destroy a factory. That's what I meant earlier. It's not the exact same thing, but it's somewhat similar. It's obviously based on that. You can go and destroy a factory if you want to. That's clearly what his storyline is based on. But yes, he doesn't. 9S doesn't doesn't destroy a lot of poor robots. They can fight back to him. I don't know if that other scene would happen, the religious scene would happen perhaps later, but instead it's a religious scene, I suppose, when some of the robots have found fate. That might be the same. Yeah. It feels like a more brutal version of that. Instead of them fighting fate and being pacifist, he just kills them all without them fighting back, right? Yeah. He's like, I destroy the poor robot here. Poor little robot Shan. He laughs at him. Nice. Yeah. Urusai! Yeah, this whole episode is 9S being really, really evil. Well, it's gonna make sense though why he's gonna fight A2 later though, without any remorse. Yeah, like, he's way more evil. Corruption, yeah, he's way, way more evil in this anime. My god, he's so dark, man. This is freaking dark, man. Then we course have the Popola and Dola and so on. Yeah, we have them coming later. But yeah, let's review it. Yeah, 9S becomes pure evil this episode. My god, it was so much darker than in the game. Yeah, this episode really took it to 11 here, man. 9S just goes around and like, he commits like genocide. Yeah, he kills all his poor little robots. They're like AFKing, right? But he's like built or something. They're like in a coma. He goes in like starts killing them, and then they're like trying. They're like, no, I don't wanna fight you. Yeah, and he just keep killing them, right? And the thing is that these are the yellow robots. So these are like built on the alien schematics. The alien had like thousands of years ago before the game starts, or the anime starts now then. The red-eyed robots are coming after Pascal's village. A2 are. Those are like, the red girls, of course, controlled robots. So they're like evil, so to speak, robots. They're controlled her robots, they're evil, so to speak, right? But these robots are just like innocent robots that aren't actually trying to fight him. They're not trying to like conquer the planet or whatever. There is like robots that exist, and he's like going around like killing them all. So this scene was incredibly brutal. 9S goes completely mental insane, and it's so much darker. It's so incredibly much darker than the video game. Oh my god, yeah. But I think a big difference here, this whole genocide scene here with 9S, the big difference, right, is that as a player, it still could have been done, but it would be like a bad gameplay, right? So this factory exists in game 2 in a different kind of version of it, but then you fight these like fate-based robots that believe in some new religion or whatever, and you kill them and so blah blah. But they fight you, right? These guys are like pure pacifists, so I guess it could have been a gameplay, but it would be a really weird gameplay going around like destroying 500 robots to fight back. Yeah, it would be. I mean, it would be on the nose. Honestly, it could have worked, but I actually think it would be too much on the nose. Having to like slay all these like poor robots that are running away from you. Yeah, I think it was too much like, oh, I'm really evil now. But because again here in the anime we're not playing as him anymore. A2 of course is the one we're actually following from like the protagonist standpoint. He's the antagonist now. He's a bad, obviously he turned into an antagonist now after the death of 2B. And yeah, here in the anime they can actually be much darker, right? They can be a lot darker. They can make 9S go more insane. So in the game, this doesn't happen at all, like I said, but he does of course go more and more crazy, and at the end of the game he's just like, I want to kill everyone. So he's like, yeah, he goes in that direction, right? But here in the anime they seem to make him go way, way darker, deeper, faster. But I mean, he's already committed worse stuff now than he best does in the game, yeah, so he's probably gonna end up even more darker at the end of the anime. And of course, that started with the operator Sam death scene. Yeah, she died, and I think that is very important in the sense, well, I guess it makes more sense here in the anime because she isn't much of a character, like I said earlier, in the game. In the game, she basically exists as a supportive character, has very screen time. I would argue, right, from like a gaming standpoint or whatever, if you compare, like, say, with fan art of her and A2B and A2 and so on, she's obviously not even remotely popular, and Commander Waifu is much, at least popular more Opera Sun. Surely. But, like I said earlier, Operator though, she's the blonde Yora, right? She's the only Yora that doesn't have like white hair or whatever. So she kind of sticks out, I think, in the fan art and doshinis or whatever, people's kind of cosplaying and so on. So I think that she has kind of grown as a side supportive character more and more. And here in the anime, they have a lot of different Yoras, right? They have the purple hair Yora and so on, yeah. Because the thing is that all the Yoras, I feel, in the original game, right, they're kind of based on, Kane and other Nier characters, so they have like white hair, right, Just like, obviously A2 is based on Kane's body, right? She got her white hair, and then, Kane is based on Zero from Dragon God 3 and so on, right? That's why they all got the white hair, right? But here in the anime, then, they have a bunch of different hair colors, purple, green, and so on, etc. that's really in the game. So, like I said earlier, I think that your operator sticks out in the game, being basically the sporty character, not having white hair. Right? So, almost a little bit. But anyway, I digress. My point is that now when they're giving her so much more screen time, and also gave her that sad death scene in the beginning of the episode, it also means that 9S goes faster mental, right, I suppose. Because, yeah, he's, I'll say it now, he's like an evil, he's turned more crazy earlier. And it makes sense, though, in that sense, right, because that's a very nice sentence. But no, but I would argue for that it does make a lot more sense here, because of Operator Sun now being an actual character, her being she obviously is in love with 9S, we all know that, it's been very clear from the beginning. She's in love with him, and she dies to protect him and all that stuff, right? And like I said, nothing that happens in the game, right? So in the game, he doesn't go insane as quickly, but now, of course, this other love interest that he likes her back, It's never really, I wouldn't say that like 9S is a love operator, that has never really been portrayed like that, but it does feel like he has feelings for her, you know what I mean? Like if he wasn't in love with 2B, he probably would be in love with her, right? And obviously you can love two people at the same time, you can have two waifus, no, but seriously, right? People don't want to, I think it's kind of funny, maybe because of marriage or whatever, but or cultural marriage or something, but obviously it's possible for a man, or a woman for that matter, but a man, to actually have interest in more than one woman at the same time. And I'm not saying cheating is good or whatever, I'm just saying that obviously a man can be married to a woman, right, and still, cheat, but still doesn't, hate their wife because of that reason, right, so to speak. But whatever, but in 9's case, it's more like he's in love with 2B, right, but 2B never gets with him, so, maybe he will land operator instead, right, if it was like a normal sitcom or something. But seriously, yeah, if they weren't living in a dystopian hell landscape, he might end up marrying Operator, right? Because, she's the one that... Because, honestly, Operator, she's much more openly actually wants him, right? And it's kind of like the Naruto ending. He ends up with the girl that wants him, not the girl he wants. Yeah, that's a good reference, come on. You know what I'm talking about. But, something like that. So, she clearly loves him, and that's, of course, why she... did seppuku to protect him, obviously, right? And I think it's a good scene because obviously 9S at that moment, I suppose, realized that she loved him, right? That's the moment he realized that she loved him, and now he's like, no, she died. But he had feelings for her, he had like a crush on her. I would say that 9S had he had some feelings for her, but it wasn't like he was in love with her. So yeah, 9S goes insane. Like I said, I think it makes sense that he will go insane faster now, having another love interest dying. But honestly, yeah, he lost he lost both his waifus, in like a day or something now, then 2 days or whatever. And then we also have, of course, A2. So A2 now, she's in Onie-chan, she got her little army of robo sisters or whatever, right? And it's kind of adorable, and it has obviously a lot of fan service. She has even more fan service, I would say, here in the anime than in the game. Yeah, it's a lot of more of, showing her assets or whatever, right? Much more rather so than the game has. Now, I think this is a little slightly rewriting here, but obviously in the game, you start playing as A2, she becomes the protagonist, right? After 2B dies. And then you will get quests, right? So if you haven't played the game, I mean, you obviously have side quests like in most video games, right? You go to this Pascal village, and one quest is like find the little sister. So you have the two robots with the purple pink ribbon and the blue one, and my sister's gone, go and find her kind of quest, right? And so forth, right? So you have that when you're playing as 2B or whatever. But then when she's dead, of course, now you're playing as Ace2 instead. A lot of new quests will spawn in this village, like typical video games. You get like 10 new quests, right? So it's definitely quite rewriting here, and honestly, I think it's a little bit lazy, honestly, because in the game, right, you would get, let's say, a dozen new quests with A2, and then of course you do those quests. You don't have to do them; they're optional quests, but you probably will do the quest, right? So you run around doing a quest, and obviously you will come back to this village, obviously, right, every now and then to hand in the quest, get your quest reward, and so on, right? Like in most games, this is your village, this is your hub, basically, right? Because the other place is destroyed or so on. Yeah, this is basically your hub left, right? So, you obviously will come back here every now and then. And I think that this episode here should have been more like that, honestly, with A2. I think that A2 should have left the village, first we see her, they're like, well, yeah, sure. She's like, yeah, whatever. Someone's like, can you please go and destroy, I don't know, Hagen or this robot or whatever. Can you please go and help, this guy in the desert? Okay, fine. And then we see A2, fighting some boss in the desert, like Hagen. And then that cuts to her, doing some guy in the forest. Then it cuts to her collecting berries or something like that. And then every now and then we see her coming back, right? And then she gives the robots, the awards and so on. I think this episode here is a little bit lazy, honestly. I mean, it keeps showing us a lot of great asset scenes, right? With A2, a lot of like Sundre comedy scenes. But I think they completely skipped over having any action with her. It should have been a little montage of her doing all the side quests. That to me would have made a lot more sense than basically showing her as a fan service character. Yeah, because now it's like, well, I mean, it's etchy, it's kind of sexy, right? You just keep seeing your ass all the time. But it's a little bit like, I mean, I like seeing A2, and it's funny. The comedy is great here, but it should have been like a montage of her doing like a dozen quests during. So if it's a little bit, production issue lazy, right? Where it's like, instead of having her do any quest, they kind of have her talk about the quest, Oh yeah, I killed that dragon yesterday, but we don't see her kill a dragon. It's like, yeah, I did it yesterday. That kind of feel to it. So I think it was a little bit lazy. But it's probably more a budget issue of anything. I feel that they're kind of cutting down on her adventure, right? And just showing kind of like the emotional comedy bits with her. And just not showing any action packs with A2. So I'm a little bit like, yeah, like I said, it just feels a little bit like, come on, you can do this better than this, honestly. But anyway, in the end of A2 storyline, this is not in the game then, right? So we kind of have them being attacked by the red logic robots, and they build like a barricade. So of course, it is this thing in the game where the yellow robots and the red robots are fighting, right? So obviously are two different. The yellow robots, like they're freedom robots, they have like their own personality, right? And the red ones are obviously controlled by the red girl. So they all are absolutely in the game as well. But there's no like, oh, we're gonna build like a barricade and build this up and so on. But, as a gameplay mechanic, they could have worked, right? It's like a Surgraph stage. I could see it happening in a remake. Honestly, when I watch the anime, I definitely keep thinking, what are they gonna do if they ever make a remake, Nier Automata version 2 or whatever? And I'm sure they will. Obviously, they're making an anime now. They have made 2 Nier, Nier Replicant. They have the Nier mobile game, Reincarnation, right? We also have other games like Stellar Blade, which is very similar to this game, right? Very, very similar. If you haven't seen it, I played through Stellar Blade on the channel. Of course, reviewed the one, and it's a very good game. Not as good as Nier, but it's a good game, and obviously very similar to Nier. Gameplay-wise, though, I was a side note, it's not actually that Nier-y. It's like the design of the characters and the world and so on is very Nier, and the storyline is very Nier. It's worse than Nier, but it tries to be Nier, right? Very, very similar. But the gameplay is much more like Sekiro, okay? The gameplay is much more like parrying and so on, and you're not as mobile, okay? So when you play Nier Automata, right, you can jump and move a lot more with the characters. So the gameplay is somewhat similar, but it's definitely not the same genre of like action gameplay. So if you like Nier for its gameplay, you might not like Stellar Blade. I thought it's a great game, though. I thought it's a great game. Of course, I'm playing Replicant right now. DC has some really good games, but anyway, point of course is that see the success rate of all of this if it needed stuff. I would be very surprised unless they will finally have to make like a Nier Automata 3. Honestly, I am surprised. I am actually very surprised that we haven't seen a continuation of Nier. I know we have Reincarnation, I know we have the mobile games, but I am actually genuinely very surprised to this day that we haven't seen an actual like sequel. I mean like a triple A, like Nier Automata 2, like or obviously called something else, but Nier something 3 then actually, but yeah, Nier 3 so to speak. I am very surprised I haven't done it yet. Obviously this game has been one of the most successful, popular games in the last 10 years, right? One of the biggest selling games in a long time, right? It's not the best game ever in selling, but I mean obviously it's very popular. So yeah, I'm surprised by it, and because I mean, their answer to Automata selling so well was of course to remake Replicant, and that actually made sense because Replicant, of course, wasn't that well received the old game, right? So remaking that game, some better graphics, some better controllers, some better game mechanics, better fighting, because it obviously sucked in the gameplay mostly. The biggest weakness of the old Nier game is the straight up gameplay, right? So Replicant has better gameplay, still not as good as Automata, but better at least, and so on. So that makes sense to me. But I'm surprised then that after Replicant we haven't gotten a Nier 3, absolutely, and it has to come soon, I think, because it feels very strange and I have the episode. But anyway, my own point is that when I watch the anime, I definitely keep thinking of like a remake of this game too, you know, like how are they gonna make it, an upgraded version. I could definitely see this thing here with A2 defending this robot village, Pascal's village, like a Surg Rush mode. You have to defend this line, and you have to maybe... It could be like a minigame, you know, similar to like the FF7 minigame. We have to build the tower defense thing, because it wouldn't make sense to stand and fight with her. I would rather see it actually being like a Surg Rush, you know, Surg Rush 1. So you have to build towers and so on, and you maybe use the mechas to build stuff. That's something I could definitely see in a remake, right? Because in a remake they will obviously add some, you know, mini games, right? Some side stuff. So that to me actually would be like a really interesting, cool mini game. I think a really interesting, cool mini game in a Nier Automata remake would be that every now and then you have to go back to Pascal's village and help them defend against the red logic robots, right? So it's a yellow, red robots, and you have to build like tower defense systems, similar to FF7, and you have to like construct different towers and different buildings and different CCs like slow and so on, right? And if you do the other side quests with like A2 or to be whatever, you will unlock new towers, right? And you have to go back every now and then. You can fail, of course, because it's Nier, so you can actually fail. If you fail, everyone dies and you can't play it anymore. So you have to actually do it every now and then, and if you don't return, it will keep fighting anyway. So you have to like go back kind of often if you care about it, right? If you don't care, you know, all the poor little robots will die, right? That to me is like the obvious remake minigame. I think that would be perfect. Should hire me, Squeenix. I used to work for them back in the days, though, but I have worked on some Swedish game. Yeah, gotta hire me again, guys. I got at these bros. But anyway, guys, if you subscribe, press the like button, and have a great day.